And if they can retroactively decide and denaturalize people, they can deport people. They can deport American citizens. Why can they? And they can do it for virtually any reason they choose to do so. As long as you fucking call someone a terrorist, you're good to go. It's like the paranoid fucking ramblings of a random college student being like, I got so scared because I saw a bunch of Jewish and Arab students and Muslim students protesting against fucking Israel. And then that's enough for the anti-terror squad to come in and bust people out. It's crazy. It's completely ridiculous. We're not one step removed from fascism. We're not bouldering towards fascism. This is fascism. Holy, that is so crazy.
Calm now, but it was a chaotic couple of hours inside Trump Tower. The NYPD says among the charges in these arrests is trespassing and obstructing governmental administration. The NYPD says around 150 people entered Trump Tower in plain clothes, but once inside, they revealed protest shirts and signs and staged a sit-in.
Within 10 minutes, we started responding here from the police department. Within 40 minutes, 50 minutes, we started making arrests.
Police carried out demonstrators like Josh Dubnow.
We have a right to express our opinions, but I refuse to allow my fear to stop me from expressing my First Amendment rights.
The demonstration organized by the group Jewish Voice for Peace, which is an anti-Zionist Jewish group.
We're seeing the Trump regime weaponize anti-Semitism to attack freedom of speech.
The Anti-Defamation League says it does not represent the mainstream Jewish community. Attorney Gerard Felitti is an activist with the group End Jew Hatred.
The issue is not students saying that they support Palestine, but it's rather students taking action, blocking Jewish students from accessing parts.
Oh, God. They're not blocking Jewish students from accessing certain parts of the campus. Shut the fuck up. Suck my dick. Why are these people still oh, my God. Oh! I mean, it's like, look at this. I mean, obviously, look. This motherfucker's got a CIA mug behind him. No shit. God damn, dude. I hate. Lying is OP. Lying is so OP. Lying is so OP. It's just like, there's no interest in the truth. The Democrats, liberal media, everyone in fucking positions of power have unironically gone along with this like lie over and over and over and over and over and over again. That it has basically become the established truth. It doesn't fucking matter. Everyone imagine the barricades law, okay? They never blocked fucking Jewish students from entering their classrooms. You are out of your fucking mind, okay? The protests were led in many parts by Jewish students. What are you talking about? How do you not understand that this is a very delicate and very deliberate way to frame the issue as like the protests are anti-Semitic when it's not. It's anti-genocide. Stop being a fucking baboon. Stop being a moron. Stop being a sucker. Stop being a rube. The hell is wrong with you? Who actually is there that you know that can confirm they aren't? I was there at UCLA campus. I also interviewed people that fucking led the protests at Columbia University on this fucking broadcast. I know many of these people. Many of them are in this community. What the fuck are you saying? A big part of what I try to do is to basically break through the messaging that mainstream media is trying to desperately manufacture, break through the consent that the media is trying to desperately manufacture, the lies that it fucking says. Careful to say it's a community of terrorists. It is a community of terrorists. Yes, it is. We are. What do you mean? Trump thinks being anti-Israel is terrorism. So yeah, I guess I'm a fucking terrorist then. Get the fuck out of here. It doesn't mean anything. The word is meaningless. You understand? You go to a fucking anti-Israel rally, you're a terrorist. Yeah, you draw a dick on a Tesla, you're a terrorist. Just wait. Just wait until all of these other wonderful, fun things are considered terrorism and acts of terrorism. Meanwhile, yeah, the RNC unironically announced themselves at a rally and said that we are all domestic terrorists. Like they actually do domestic terrorism. Peaceful protest is not terrorism. Standing against Standing against genocide is not fucking terrorism. Genocide is terrorism. Standing against genocide is a courageous act, and it is what everyone should be doing. Troy Egger, second in command at the Department of Homeland Security, on Mahmoud Khalil. Is there any criticism of the United States government? Is any criticism of the United States government a deportable offense? Like I said, if you go through the process and you're a student and you're here on a visa and you go through it at any point, is any criticism of the government a deportable offense? Question again. Let me put it this way, Michael. Imagine if we came in and filled out the form and said, I want a student visa. They asked him, what are you going to do here? And he says, I'm going to go and protest. We would never have let him into this country. Martin says, is protesting a deportable offense? You're focused on protest. I'm focused on the visa process. He went through a legal process. They are doing the thing that I was trying to describe to Asmongold when he just simply did not understand. As it stands, there is no rule in the rule book that says you can fucking deport someone for exercising their First Amendment rights. Okay? Non-citizen, citizen alike. That's not a thing. Okay? That's not a thing. You can, however, waive the visa of a person if you believe that they are interested in protest, or you can deny them entry into the country. But once you're in the country, it's over. You get the same protections as everybody else. Okay? What these guys are trying to do is play fast and loose with the pre-existing law that is already stupid, by the way, that like, oh, we can waive your visa up until the point of entry into this country if you fucking say that you're going to protest or whatever. That's ridiculous, okay? Not only is that ridiculous, but also that would require a tremendous amount of surveillance, to figure out like, whether or not someone is demonstrating Palestinian sympathies and shit like that. That's insane. Okay? The very fact that we are discussing this as though it is just simply a back and forth, okay, is terrifying. And the very fact that people don't understand it, the very fact that people don't understand how gross of a violation of people's human rights this is, and how this desecrates the Constitution of the United States and the free speech protections it affords everyone unconditionally, is shocking, genuinely shocking. We are officially directly in the throes of fascism. We're not one step removed from fascism. We're not bouldering towards fascism. This is fascism. If they can retroactively apply visa waiver denials to people that have already become legal permanent residents, they can denaturalize people too. This sets an insane precedent. And if they can retroactively decide and denaturalize people, they can deport people. They can deport American citizens. Why can they? And they can do it for virtually any reason they choose to do so. As long as you fucking call someone a terrorist, you're good to go. And considering that the Trump administration has talked about vandalizing Teslas as an act of terror, trust me, it's coming. You are a fucking moron if you don't recognize this. I am not saying, I'm not like I'm not exaggerating. I'm not freaking out for no fucking reason, okay? This is truly unique new levels of depravity for the American government. They are moving towards denaturalization. If they can revoke someone's green card over, I felt like it because I didn't like what he was saying, then they can do that by denaturalizing people as well. Yes, I'm not fear-mongering. Thank you. I was forgetting the word. I am not fear-mongering when I say this. I am looking at the logical conclusion by making assessments off of what the administration is saying and also their proclivity to follow through on some of these promises that they've made on the campaign trail, whether it be Project 2025 and its implementation, or whether it be directly denaturalizing people. Oh, this is Nazi shit. This is straightforward Nazi shit. Okay? Here's the audio of this back and forth. The transcript has been posted here, but if you're going to listen to this exchange, unwilling to answer, Did Deputy Secretary Troy Edgar unwilling to answer a simple question?
Is any criticism of the Israeli government a deportable offense?
Like I said, I think that at this point, when he was entered into the country on a student visa, at any point we can go through and evaluate what his status is, and the Secretary of State
is any criticism of the United
right.
States government a deportable offense?
Yeah, this is not hyperbole. I am telling you exactly what is going on, and I'm telling you where this is going to go. Understand the danger in front of us right now, okay? Understand the danger in front of us right now. And our institutions that are supposed to be, at least to a certain degree, interested in upholding, peaceful education for its students and and maintain some semblance of normalcy, are completely fucking caving. They are caving to the right-wing reactionary neo-Nazi fucking administration and its Nazi-ass policies. That's where we're at. We are there. We're there. Donald Trump also earlier today talked about how he wants the Supreme Court to allow him to end birthright citizenship. Again, directly a violation of the Constitution. This is constitutionally protected. Okay? He wants to reverse the 14th Amendment. That's where we're at.
Like I said, if you go through the process and you're a student and you're here on a visa and you go through at any point.
Is any criticism of the government a deportable offense?
It is shocking how much these guys will make it seem as though Israel has the American government by the fucking balls, dude. Truly. This is some real fucking neo-Nazi, anti-Semitic conspiracy shit, the way these dudes operate. You're the Deputy Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, and you're like, yeah, if you criticize Israel, you'll get deported. That's insane. If you criticize a foreign nation, you'll get fucking deported. Holy shit.
It's like I said, as a student, he comes to the United States on a student visa, applies. Let me put it this way, Michelle. Imagine if he came in and filled out the form and said, I want a student visa. They asked him, what are you going to do here? And he's like,
he was
I'm
a
going
student.
to go and protest and
so
join
is protest a deportable event?
We would never have let him into the country.
Is protesting a deportable offense?
Like I said, you're focused on protesting. I'm focused on this visa process. He went through a legal process, came into the country.
Are you saying that he lied on his application? He's a lawful permanent resident married to an American citizen.
I think if he would have declared he's a terrorist, we would have never let him in.
And
dog, what are you saying? He didn't do terrorism. You're just racistly saying he's a fucking terrorist. That is not, oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Dude, we're no longer just black bagging random Muslims that were in Pakistan and claiming that they're fucking terrorists and torturing them. We're just black bagging American legal permanent residents, and not even for any sort of tangible association or loose association, because I'm not saying that during the war on terror, the American government didn't literally fucking arrest innocent Muslims, innocent Arabs, who were also legal permanent residents for the suspicion of being terrorists or whatever. We're just straight up openly saying now, you don't even have to have any sort of associations whatsoever. We're outwardly saying you're a fucking terrorist because you hurt Israel's feelings, and we're going to fucking black bag you and deport you. It is insane. Oh my God. The third wave of Red Scare is upon us. And this time it's basically anything and everything. It's being built around the pre-existing network of combating anti-Semitism, which is not actually to combat anti-Semitism at all, but is to silence dissent against Israel, and using that as an entry point into overriding some of the most important, if not the most important fucking constitutional protections that the government offers to every single person. This is terrifying. It's happening in front of our eyes. It's unfolding in front of our eyes. And there's still a bunch of dumb motherfuckers who don't recognize it and, dare I say, entertain it and celebrate it.
What did he engage in that constitutes terrorist activity?
I mean, Michelle, have you watched it on TV? It's pretty clear.
No, it isn't. Well, explain it to those of us who have not, or perhaps others have not. What exactly did he do?
Well, I think it's clear, or we shouldn't be talking about it. I mean, the reality is that if you watch and see what he's done on the university,
do you not know? Are you telling us that you're not aware? You don't know what he did?
No, I find it interesting that you're not aware.
I think you could explain it to us. I think others would like to know exactly what the offenses are, what the propaganda was that you allege, what the activity was that you allege. Well, perhaps we can talk again and you can give us more details about this. And that's Department of Homeland Security.
It's alarming that they're this incompetent, by the way. It is alarming that they are this fucking incompetent. What did he engage in that constitutes terrorist activity? I mean, Michael, if you watch it on TV, it's pretty clear. No, it isn't. Well, explain it to those of us who are perhaps others have not. What exactly did you do? Well, I think it's clear or we wouldn't be talking about it. I mean, the reality is that you watch and see what he's done on the university. Do you not know? Are you telling us that you're not aware? I find it interesting that you're not aware. Oh, Michelle, not Michael. Sorry. It's just, they're bouldering through this, and institutions like Columbia are also caving to this pressure. They're caving to donor pressure, and they're caving to outside government pressure because their funds, their grants are being removed. If they do this for, right now they're doing it for Israel, okay? They're doing it for Israel. That's just what this is, okay? What makes you think tomorrow they're not going to do this for, I don't know, gay students, trans students, black students, anything they want? What makes you think they're not going to do this because you have too much DEI, for example? That's also an intentionally vague definition. You're a fucking moron if you think that that's not going to happen. I don't think they're caving. This is what they want. No, they're caving. Some of them want this, but they're caving at the end of the day. Because even if you personally want this, if you are in charge of an institution like Columbia University, you are smart enough to recognize that this is not where it's going to stop. Okay? So in the interest of self-preservation, you're supposed to fight back. What the fuck are we doing? They are unironically too stupid to recognize that this administration eventually is going to come after them too in ways that they do care about. So you have to put a fucking stop to this right at the tippy top, right at the moment where a new precedent is at the precipice of being created. The U.S. government is adopting the point of view of the Israeli government wholesale here, wherein supporting Palestine is automatically support for Hamas and everything that could possibly be legally and criminally downwind of that. So what? How did he support Hamas? What exactly did he do? For the record, even if he fucking supported Hamas, that's not a deportable offense, for the record. Saying, if he ran around saying, oh, I love Hamas, Hamas is the greatest fucking thing that has ever happened, that is not a deportable offense, okay? What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing here? He didn't do that, but even if he did, that's not a deportable offense. The fact that they went after a guy who didn't even do that, by the way, instead of a person that they could have found that did do that, or the fact that they went after someone who's a green card holder thinking initially that he had a student visa, shows me that they're also genuinely incompetent. So what's up? I thought there was a war against woke and war against cancel culture, a war that Donald Trump ended and won against free speech, that he was going to be the protector of free speech. This is the most severe restriction on free speech that the American government has done in the past couple of decades. And let me tell you something, okay? The liberals absolutely set the stage for it. They arrested and oversaw the arrest of 3,500 student protesters under the Brandon administration. They kept saying, yeah, these guys are bad. They're anti-Semitic. They're terrorists, over and over. And they smeared all these fucking student protesters. And look at where we're at now. You set the stage for it, and these guys fucking pounce. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. Oh, this is why I kept repeating to both Jank and everyone else that would listen that Kamala Harris's statements on these fucking protests were idiotic. You took ownership over this shit instead of just waving it away like a dummy. And look where we're at now. Look where we're at now. You have to fight. Okay? And even if there are protesters that say shit that like comes across as unhinged to the average person, why the fuck would you ever take ownership over it? What's wrong with you? Republicans never take ownership over it. People think because Mahmoud Khalil has a scary Arab name, or because he was a student activist leader that was anti-Israel, that like maybe he's an undesirable that will get hit with this, but it won't happen to them. That's what people falsely assume. You are wrong. Okay? You're wrong. You're out of your fucking mind. The bit Hasan isn't mentioning is that since 9/11 and before, Muslim political activity has always been viewed as a security threat. Since Muslims are viewed as terrorist sleeper agents, that's not new. To be Muslim in the U.S. necessitates a higher standing of unshaken loyalty to U.S. global interests. What? No, I know that. I don't know why you're explaining to me white supremacy and Islamophobia and the role that Islamophobia plays in like American society. I know that. As you also recognize, I know that from personal experience. I know that over the past year of relentless attacks against me, being of a Muslim background, constantly fucking saying that I'm an Islamist fundamentalist who wants to throw gay people off roofs, who wants to destroy America, a terrorist. We have to deplatform this terrorist. I know that from the very little pushback that people who say shit like that receive from communities that are ostensibly progressive. I'm talking about fucking Ethan Klein, by the way. Okay? It is insane that YouTube will never punish Ethan Klein for saying any and every fucking Muslim content creator that's pro-Palestine is actually a rabid terrorist. He gets to do that. He gets to do that every fucking day of the week. The comparison to this would literally be like me running around every day being like Ethan Klein is a part of the Jewish media apparatus or some shit. Okay? Can you imagine? That would be unimaginably anti-Semitic. How fast would I get fucking banned if I said that? Understandably, I would deserve that ban. This is precisely the reason why I stated time and time again correctly that anti-Semitism, while growing in popularity among the masses in the United States of America, partially because of Israel falsely conflating its actions with Judaism, is still institutionally regarded as unacceptable and inappropriate. Islamophobia is not regarded in that way. You can be as Islamophobic as you fucking want to be, and no one, and I mean no one, will look the other way. No one will turn around and go, what the fuck are you saying? This motherfucker compared me to Osama bin Laden, played a little game comparing me to Osama bin Laden, Twitcher terrorist. You know? Ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. That's precisely the reason why, in the aftermath of October 7, a fucking psychopathic landlord who saw the day of jihad happening potentially stabbed a 7-year-old Muslim child who ran up to him to hug him. Okay? That's why there were Islamophobic attacks that actually ended up shooting and killing, or not shooting and killing, sorry, shooting and severely crippling, paralyzing a bunch of students in Vermont for the crime of wearing a keffiyeh. Islamophobic attacks are constant. Nobody ever fucking talks about it. There is a double standard here. That is the fucking reality. If you don't see that, I don't know what to tell you. It's fucking ridiculous. Meanwhile, the anti-Semitic incident that took place recently was a Jewish dude in fucking Florida assuming that Israeli tourists of Arab descent, Arab Jews, were actually pro-Palestinian. And the Arab Jews from Israel themselves thought the guy shooting at them was Palestinian. What a fucking insane situation. That doesn't cause anyone to go, wait a minute, what the fuck's going on? This is like deeply disturbed. Paranoid delusions are being entertained. Meanwhile, people fucking turn around and they're like, I'm unsafe. You're black bagging pro-Palestinian protesters with the crime of fucking saying things that hurt Israel's feelings. And you still have motherfuckers being like, in the Upper East Side as a Jew, I feel so unsafe. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? What do you mean? What are you unsafe by? Pollen? Like, are allergies fucking acting out? Like, what do you mean you're unsafe? In Manhattan. Ridiculous. The paranoia of white people cannot be used as a reasonable as a reasonable grounds to squash genuine protest against a fucking apartheid state. It's ridiculous. Please, it's not just white people. No, man. I'm talking about, when I say white people, I mean Jews as well, okay? I'm talking about like the most common thing that has existed in perpetuity in American history is white supremacy. White supremacy has made it so that white fears and white paranoia is more significant than like reasonable demands being made by non-white people, black people usually, okay? And the exact same thing is happening right now. The main difference here is that Jewish people are a minority and there are real anti-Semitic incidents. So it creates this like unique opportunity where even liberals and progressives who understandably don't want to come across as anti-Semitic, understandably care about not spreading anti-Semitism, are listening to a fear being like the paranoid fucking ramblings of a random college student being like, I got so scared because I saw a bunch of Jewish and Arab students and Muslim students protesting against fucking Israel. And then that's enough for the anti-terror squad to come in and bust people out. It's crazy. It's completely ridiculous. Yeah, it's a deliberate weaponization of victimhood. That's precisely what it is. It's being done at the behest of a fucking insane, rabid, violent apartheid regime doing a fucking genocide. After talking to Hamas, U.S. hostage negotiator Adam Baylor reportedly removed from position. There it is, dude. Benjamin Netanyahu sends his regards, you know?
Islamic Relations New York filed a lawsuit against Columbia University and the Congressional Committee on Education and Workforce. Plaintiffs are Khalil and 7 other students who say the school handing over student disciplinary records to that committee a few months ago violated the Family Education Rights Privacy Act.
Allowing Congress and institutions like Columbia and others to target you or someone else because of a viewpoint you hold is an epic danger to American values.
Columbia University said it does not comment on pending litigation. A rep for the Education Committee told me, in part, the lawsuit changes nothing. Our committee will continue its work to protect Jewish students and hold schools accountable. Now, coming up at 6 p.m., I speak with the attorney for Mahmoud Khalil, and she shares with me a little information about a phone call she had with him last night. We're live in Midtown. Lisa Rosner, CBS.
People really believe it's a big deal. Howie Mandel said he's scared when he goes out. What does one say to a Jewish person who hears that they're beating up Jews at UCLA? Ugh. We are turning into England every moment, dude. Every fucking day that goes on, we are getting closer and closer to Britain status, England status. Okay? This was the psychotic delusions that you heard in London about Jeremy Corbyn. Okay? They're like, if Corbyn wins, there's gonna be an anti-Semitic pogrom and shit like that. It's just, yeah, I don't know how to explain to someone who goes, dude, depending on your closeness, because I do have friends. I have friends who have insane mania like that as well. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You don't believe that. Okay. That's the way I entertain it. That's the way I deal with it. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What do you mean you're unsafe walking down fucking West Hollywood streets? Like, get the fuck out of here. You have to snap some sense into people. You know what I mean? I don't know about Howie Mandel personally. I don't know why you brought up Howie Mandel, but like, if you think that if you're in like Beverly Hills or West Hollywood, you're gonna be victim to a severe anti-Semitic attack, you need to go see a licensed therapist immediately. Okay. It's like Austin. Yeah, it's like Austin coming here and feeling unsafe. Many women are unsafe walking the streets. You think that's the same? There's a valid reason for women to feel unsafe. That's not paranoia. That's not like born out of no real reason. There's a difference between black people feeling unsafe in a fucking sundown town or feeling unsafe when they get pulled over by cops versus someone saying like, oh, there's going to be an immediate anti-Semitic attack against me. on Columbia campus or on UCLA campus. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know? Oh, I was giving an example of who has more of a right to feel unsafe. Please don't take my comment out of context. Okay, what do you mean? You didn't present it as such. How am I supposed to see it within context, in text form? Write it differently then. Yeah, like the greatest counter to people who go, I feel so unsafe at Columbia University, I feel so unsafe at American college campuses, is like, why the fuck don't the Jewish people that are setting up these encampments feel unsafe then? What do they know that you don't know? You know? That's it. And if they say, oh, those are bad Jews, then you already know what fucking level of Zionism this person is operating on. The other side, the other thing that, like, especially post October 7, that people have forgotten about, weirdly enough, is that, yeah, Jews feeling unsafe is an understandable position in American society, especially right now. It's just that who they're supposed to be fearing is what's wrong here. If you think that someone wearing a keffiyeh is a danger to you, you're a fucking rabid racist psychopath. You should be afraid of the dudes wearing suits that are in Congress right now. You should be afraid of the neo-Nazi motherfuckers that are Sig Heiling, not cozying up to those neo-Nazi motherfuckers that are Sig Heiling, while because you think that in the short term that they'll actually, you know, defend Israel and will pack up people who make you feel bad about your defense of Israel, the apartheid state. Like, what are we doing here? There has never been a moment in any Western nation where Jews have been under attack by fucking Muslims. Okay? There has never been a moment in the Western world where Jews have ever been under attack by fucking Muslim perpetrators of anti-Semitic hate crimes. It is always Nazis. Always and forever. That's it. It's so strange. What the fuck? Stalin, Mao, and Hitler didn't murder millions of people. Their public sector workers did. Elon Musk reposted. I don't know about that as a blanket statement, considering there might be isolated incidents, but as a broader sentiment, yes, agreed. No, I'm saying who is responsible for the overwhelming majority of anti-Semitic attacks? Is it fucking random Arab people? Or is it neo-Nazis? That's it. That's my point. There has never been a moment in American history where there has never, ever been a moment in American history where there has been a tremendous amount, like there's been an overwhelming amount, or even a majority, or even like a significant percentage of anti-Semitic hate crimes against Jewish people conducted by Arabs, Muslims, yada, yada, yada. Okay? Never. And that's precisely the reason why the ADL, in an effort to present this as a Muslim versus Jew dynamic, will desperately cling on to the notion that, like, oh, well, these guys went to a Jewish community center and they protested outside of a Jewish community center. That's an Arab protest against Jews. That's a Muslim protest against Jews. Meanwhile, what the fuck were they doing at the Jewish community center? Not Jewish shit. Let me tell you what. They were fucking selling real estate in the West Bank. The fuck? Of course people are going to protest that. What do you mean? Yeah, who shot up a synagogue in Pittsburgh? Exactly. Who? It was a fucking Trump supporter. That's who. A Trump supporter who outflanked Trump and said, the great replacement is happening. And Jews are doing the great replacement, so I want to punish them. That's the motherfucker who shot up the synagogue. It's ridiculous. Oh. Cry more, please. Nice, man. Thanks. Yeah, I do think it's really fucked up that hatred, bigotry is growing in this country, and there are otherwise reasonable people who on this issue lose their fucking minds, okay? Otherwise reasonable people who just have lost the plot entirely. God damn, dude. Holy shit.